Uh, who else? Who else is trying to start stuff? Oh, like the whole Soldier Boy and J Cole. Uh,
That one surprised me, but not like just because I didn't know what was happening. Because, like I told you, the whole thing about that turned out to be again. Like, that's why I was like, ugh, I don't want to talk about the Jada thing. Because even in his interview, they managed to bring it up to loop her in. And I'm like, I'm so like over talking about it.
yeah,
But to say that I agree with you in the sense that about him being a hater in that sense, because that's when the whole thing with Lil Pump happened. That's what they were saying. Like, oh, why are you shitting on the younger generation about like let them make their money, stop trying to like school them, stop trying to like, let them just be young, right? But he was like, where he was coming from was like, hey, but think about this long term, what are you gonna do? Like, I think that's where sometimes the rappers feel like insulted because they're like, this is my craft, I'm trying to make like a whole career out of it,
hmm
whereas y'all youngsters are coming in just to cash checks and don't care about the value of the work that you guys are like putting out and where you're pushing the whole culture. Does that make sense? So for him to be like, wait, are they the same age, him and Soldier Boy?
I
Yeah,
don't
right.
know.
Or isn't he like older?
I think J Cole's maybe a little bit older than him.
Then so he came out before Soldier Boy.
Maybe around the same time, because Soldier Boy was like 14 or 16. No, I want to say 16
Oh
around
yeah, they're
2007.
teenagers, huh?
Yeah, and J Cole was probably already 18. I want to say.
Let's see how old this fool is.
Who are you checking?
38. So J. Cole's 38.
And then so Soldier Boy is like 30 or 32, something like that.
Oh, he's 33.
33. Okay, okay. So like, well, to say that
Career wise, though, Soldier came out before, or did they come around the same time?
I want to say maybe. Well, I guess he means by. I don't know. He must have been dropping mixtapes at the time. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
I feel like
really
Soldier
know
Boy
when
came
J
out.
Cole
Came out.
officially came
I
out.
think he came. I think Soldier Boy came out before, as far as because he blew up with all the like "Kiss Me Through the Phone," like all those songs. Like that was his peak career.
Yeah.
I don't. I think J Cole was still maybe working mixtapes or stuff. Like he wasn't even like in the thing like that. But to say that when he was coming at Lil Pump, a lot of them were saying like, "Oh, you're a hater. You're a hater. Like, why? Are you?" And I could see now that with Soldier Boy being his own version of Lil Pump, how he would come off,
Yeah.
seeing that like he was a hater, because he's sharing on him essentially.
Yeah. Yeah. But like, at least I would say Soldier Boy wasn't really talking about drama. He was just talking about anything when he came out, like about some shoes,
Right,
about slapping,
right,
being a pimp. I don't know if y'all remember that song. Pimp slap that hoe. Pimp
right.
slap that hoe. Psh,
No.
psh, pimp slap that hoe. Look it up. Look it up. And then like
I just know the mainstream songs that he
I
had
got
out
me
there.
some babes, which was like short for bathing apes, I think was like a brand at that time that was or that he actually, made
Probably did,
popular.
yeah.
And then damn.
You're naming songs I've never heard of.
What's that other song? Damn. And then there was like throw some D's on that, which was from another song, but he made it popular. Cause like even in the video, he's like, or no, like the fact that kids were like saying in school like, oh, something's wrong with my report because it has B's and A's or whatever. Like throw some D's on that, and then like. Yeah, he had all these underground songs and posted them all on his MySpace. Like he was the first one to use social media in a sense without any drama on top of that. Now that you think about it, just him being him, cranking it. Before Crank That Soldier Boy came out, like he was the
Well,
king of the internet game at that
yeah,
time.
and well, he said he's like they were doing it out of like His like it wasn't even a studio. Like they were
Yeah,
just,
no,
you
yeah,
know.
because like when you look up those songs that I was
Hmm.
talking about, the quality, like you could
Oh
tell,
yeah,
yeah, they were just making them at the home or whatever,
yeah,
like on
like in
Fruity
his room.
Loops.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like
No,
you
because
know,
I remember with the whole situation with Drake. That's why I'm like, really, J Cole, like, you're starting to sound like Drake. When they're you know, the whole viral Drake, you know, he like
yeah.
brings up all the fact of everything that he, and even though fucking Charlamagne are still are giving him a hard time about it, the fact that like eventually he's like they're agreeing like, oh yeah, but they're still like, yeah, but you're still so you don't have the reputation that Drake and Kendrick and J. Cole. Like you're not on that level of like rappers, you know? Like
Well, the funny thing, right? And see, the funny thing is like they'll acknowledge that they know Soldier's just starting shit when he does it now, but it's like, right? But you guys aren't seeing, y'all not saying the same thing about these other artists,
right,
you know?
right. Like why is he a laughing stock when he does it and y'all guys don't take him serious, but whenever Drake is doing it, then and I know for sure I think he's a cornball and I know a lot of people, but mainstream they still look up at Drake. Because the fact that they're putting Drake with J. Cole and Kendrick just tells you what you need to know.
Yeah, cause and what I was gonna follow up with that is like, cause the funny thing about how Soldier fell off was because of beef, or like when he was starting to like beef with Bow Wow at that time. Like I remember that was a thing, and they're like, "Yo, Soldier Boy trying to like beef out here." Like, so he's been shunned since,
Well, so did Bow Wow. It backfired on both of them.
because they were like, "Yo, you're making songs like Kiss Me Through the Phone," and like these like
Now you're a gangster again.
no, or like because that was the introduction of him, right? So this is where everyone's trying to get to know Soldier Boy. So exactly. So like when he was trying to, I guess, be gangster, they're like, "Yo, you're not," and like you
Right.
make like party songs, like
Right, right,
dance songs,
right, right.
And since then, like, I mean, he hasn't really fallen off, I would say, because like the fact that those songs are still being played is legendary, right? So it's still sort of like relevant in the sense that he's able to still be where he is as a status, right? Like, but it's just funny because then he still can't come back after that. So, but then he has to do that to like, you know,
I think he's trying to appease to the wrong generation. I think that he needs to those songs that he did that were popular when we were kids, those songs need to get retargeted at like our kids generation, which you know they Adi and them like the Kiss Me Through the Phone. So like he just because the 90s like retro stuff is coming back, so then he needs to jump on it through them and not try to be with like people our age because it's just not working because we're remembering like think about it our connection to Soldier Boy was when we were teenagers and we're like you have not progressed as a rapper to be where we're at in our point in
yeah,
life like that core memories from us being teenagers and since you like your image hasn't grown up with it you're still like if you're you know younger Soldier Boy it just isn't making the connection anymore you know
yeah, yeah, I
which
feel you.
is following into the thing where like Drake seems to be falling off because now we're in a different phase of our lives and it's maybe not connecting with us anymore or even the younger crowd because he hasn't found where he should be on that.
Right. Whereas like it's going back to the Soldier Boy thing.
Mm.
Like, hey, but at this point now, because social media itself has evolved, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
of technology, like you have to have something go viral along with your song. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the only way I see it working. Because when it doesn't, even though you come out with these antics and or like start to try to start stuff, if that doesn't work, it
That's
does.
it.
That's
That's
it.
the flop.
Yeah,
You
but
do.
that's what you guys are trying to do every single time to drop a project, and you're starting to see that it's not working anymore.
Well, I think the formula where they used to do like drama's gonna sell it isn't working because I think people are fed up with the constant drama that isn't even legitimate. Does that make sense? They're trying to start problems, that maybe weren't even there to begin with, you know, and then
Yeah.
people are seeing through it to it's like, no, this is a PR stunt. And the fact that you guys are doing it so blatant is a turn off to where we don't want to check in on the music. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't
For
listen
sure.
to the bongo song. The only, like, I saw how much work Cardi and like Megan were putting in to be like, oh, like, they were like taught like, oh, this new sound, blah blah blah, and then they dropped the cover art, right, for the song, right in there, and then I remember they did like a whole live trying to lead up to like the presentation of it.
What?
Yeah, no, they were on live talk. They're on YouTube live talking about like doing the countdown to like the premiere of the video, and how they're like when she like they did the sneak peeks or whatever, they're like, oh, the thing is y'all bitches don't even know, like it's not even gonna be what, like not in a bad way,
Oh.
like not in a bad way. They were just like, it's not even anything you guys are gonna be expecting. Like the cover art has nothing to do with how the video is gonna be, right? And then the video drops and I'm like, well, it wasn't too much different. Like, yeah, maybe I didn't think it was gonna go this way. I think what was surprising is that she finally danced, because she's always said she's not a good dancer, like choreography wise.
Hmm.
So that was like a surprise. And then the visuals were good, but the song was whack. Like nothing about the song. Like I'm like, I think they were trying to go too much with the Afro beats that it like was a hit. Like it was too Caribbean, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making sense, but you know what I mean. Like it was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It just wasn't. It's not like how Selena Gomez with Rema. Like it's not that those vibes, you
Yeah.
know. And I think they thought like, oh, let's try to like jump off of that and like that. This is our take on it. But I'm like, you guys can't be rapping that fucking hard on a song like that. It's just not like.
And remember how she tried to start this off. Don't forget, she did that song with Offset that didn't take off either. Like, and now she's talking about scrapping the album. Like, cause right, I thought we were gonna get single Cardi. You're not single. Like,
Right, because it was a PR stunt, and the fact that
what are
they
you?
like that
Yeah.
they did it is like, I know I was like, oh, finally, because all her shit's starting to sound the same. Like the only difference being like the visuals on the music videos, and I was like, hell yeah, I was like, because how like okay, in the sense of like, you know, she's always talking, she's always talking about how good her coochie is, and everybody's comeback is like, it's not that great if Offset keeps cheating on you.
Damn.
So then, like, we can't take your song serious, because anytime we are trying to be like, oh, y'all bitches this, y'all bitches that, and I'm like, yeah, but your man keeps making you look stupid. So, like,
Damn.
I was like, I can't keep supporting someone that's like staying with this dumbass, and like, and that I'm saying that even after the fact that I think Offset's hilarious after that whole like thing he did with that Bobby chick. Like, he's funny, and I can see how his ass gets like gets out of the way, or gets words things so that Cardi believes him. Like I see that he's good with like, oh, CC like making things better and being like funny to where she's like, okay, I'm gonna forgive his ass, but I'm like, bitch, you dumb. Like, because you know the fact that she is acknowledging like on that one song with that one girl, fuck Tomorrow too, that she's like, oh yeah, I'll fight over a guy too, and I'm like, right. Now you're trying to spin it different instead of like, oh, I don't need a man. Now it's like, oh, I guess I'll fight over him. My man's who's everyone else's man's.
I just need to stop with the drama. That's all. Like fake drama at this point. Y'all even faking the drama? Like, come on now. What's real now? Like, what the hell?
I
I don't
don't
even know. I'm gonna go listen to some Soldier Boy now because it's like,
think I take
again,
it
he
back.
did.
Drama free day.
Yeah, he was just dropping song after song. Like, I'm just now remembering, jumped up out on bed, turned my swag on, looked in the mirror, said, "What's up?" Hey, get money. Oh, like I mean, it was just that simple. And then like the other one, oh, the fact I'm pretty sure turn up was already a thing, or who knows, maybe it wasn't. He popularized that. Don't forget that. Like everyone doesn't give him credit for that. What was that song? All the way turned up. I've never heard that phrase ever, ever said ever. He was the first one that I heard it from. He popularized that word, and like again, he was just shunned after that. Like, but again, the irony is that he fell off, quote unquote, when he got in drama. But the drama has been working for everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So I think his whole thing was like that's why he does the antics because and while he went into that rage where he was like, "Yo, don't act like Drake didn't get his style from me,"
Mm-hmm. Well, he was the one that started. Drake just like perfected it, I guess,
Right.
for the newer
But I
times.
think his thing is like, but see, I can't pop unless now if I have some drama or have some antics going on. I think he knows it. He's just like whatever,
But not,
because he still made that song that Troy Ave, I was gonna say, Tory Lanez freestyled on. That's Soldier Boy's beat. That make it clap, make it. You know what I'm saying? Like exactly. Yeah, Tory Lanez might have brought it back, but like and popularized the beat. But exactly, that's Soldier Boy. And again, it had no beef in it, nothing. It was just a song. Just like I think the last song before that was kind of going to during his first beefs was the uh what was it? The my Gucci boy swag.
mm-hmm.
Right? Something like that. That went kind of hard. Like
Oh,
it
my
was,
pretty boy
yeah,
swag.
pretty boy. Even though, like, again, because I wouldn't, I could even like acknowledge it, even if I didn't like the words or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But you gotta say he had no drama
Mm-hmm.
with it. He wasn't like marketing it with drama in it. He was just like, "Yo, I'm Soldier Boy. This is what it is," and I
Mm-hmm.
just dropped these songs. Like, and so now you can understand his frustration because he's like, yo, like I'm dropping songs, but you fools like want me to like go out in these rage, like uh to be like, yo, pay attention to me again or something. But he's
Well,
just like,
no,
whatever.
but when he goes off on those, like he just looks desperate, and that takes away from his credibility. It's
Yeah,
not it
yeah,
like he needs to stay away from the job, but unfortunately, right now, in order for him to like get to the status of where he was, like he feels like that's what he needs to do. But anytime he does it, it just like takes away his credibility as a rapper. That's all it does, and it keeps
yeah,
making him look like not like respectable in the rap world, you know?
yeah,
And it's hard because he was a child, like not a child, but like a teenage rapper. You know that all those like teenagers or like child actors have a hard time transitioning into the adult world to for them to take them serious. Like
yeah,
that was just like his version of like what the Disney Channel kids go through, you know?
yeah,
By exactly making a beef with not making up, but like having beef with Bow Wow. Like think about it. They did that on purpose to try to make them seem like they were older. Because Bow Wow fell off after that too. And
yeah,
think about anytime they bring up Bow Wow and like cornball as well, like all these cornballs together, like. And then anytime he tries to do something like serious, everybody's like, "Calm down, little Bow Wow." Like they don't let him, they don't let him drop the lil, even though like. And then when he did drop it, they're like, "Who does he think he is?" Like Bow
yeah.
Wow,
I
like
forgot too.
you
It's because
know.
both of them are Bloods now. So,
I can.
or I
Soldier Boy
mean,
in
yeah,
the
no, right,
hood.
yeah, because I
In the
remember there was a
hood.
clip
Remember
where
when he
like
got beat up?
yeah,
Soldier
no,
Boy.
but like, yeah. But like, and then Bow Wow's thing was on some reality show
Oh yeah.
where, like, I guess he was
Growing up hip hop, like he's so
beefing with somebody
stupid.
in the street, and he was like, like he's saying it, like I don't know what it was, but it had to do with like blood terminology, like.
He's just like when he was like I was part of Death Row. He has like I'm telling you, they have these things where they like I get it, but I'm like, don't do that, bro. Like that just makes them look dumb even more when they bring up shit like that. Like why you
Yeah,
do I'm like, bro, you're like 5 years old rapping. Like ain't nobody take you serious to be like no street dude. Like you know?
yeah. I mean, it's changing. I think someone just needs to figure out what the new business model is.
I
You know.
think for them, and I think that's what Soldier Boy, because like even though first of all, when he went on the Breakfast Club, he should have known better than to take that. Like, take that soggy ass looking Gucci headband that was like on his
Yeah.
last life. Like he should not have like, that's when, what is it? They say that like wealth is quiet wealth, and he was screaming like new money with the whole Gucci like thing. When he talks about how he like does other things where he's still generating money business wise, right? Just stick with that. Be a producer, make beats, like how we were
Hmm.
talking about earlier. Like if Drake's having the thing where he's like reached his peak, which I feel like he reached his peak 2 albums ago. That meaning this one and the one with 21, whatever album was before. That's where like that was his peak. Like ever since then, it's been going down. So with that being said, like he needs to take clue or advice from like Jay-Z and them, where it's like right after a certain age, our our core audience, maybe they're still expecting something very similar to what they're used to, but you've already, like, what is it, like writer's block? You can't keep it going after this point, right? So right then, that's when they become, what is it, media moguls, or like
Yeah.
to where it's like right now I'm gonna venture into other stuff, and that's what Drake needs to do before he becomes even more of a cornball than he already is. To
True.
where eventually they're gonna be like, Drake who? Like that's the risk he's gonna have to take.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. What's gonna be new now? Like,
Because think about it, like Snoop Dogg, he does pretty well. He's like doing commercials, like shows, cooking shows, has a cookbook out. Like he's
yeah.
just all,
Maybe he's not ready to hang it up. Like,
yeah, but
or else, like I said, someone just, or like, it's just that stuff right there that we just went over. It's just not working anymore. You know. So, where do we go from there? Or yeah.
I think it's time to retire.
Yeah. Yeah, and let the new artist, whoever that's gonna be,
Because
come out.
hasn't Eminem kind of retired, like semi-retired?
Yeah, his whole thing is like he's not gonna stop doing it until he doesn't feel like it's fun anymore. You know,
But he hasn't dropped any more music, though, is what I'm saying. Right?
he's been still consistently been dropping. If you can, now it's just like every 2 to 3 years.
Really? What was the last song he dropped?
Well, it's an album. He's dropping albums. He doesn't drop singles. He drops albums.
Really?
Yeah.
When was it?
The most recent one was remember, and they had that Juice World song, the Godzilla.
Oh shit! I
So that
didn't
was
know.
maybe 2020. So see, you know what I'm saying? So he'll drop like every 2 to 3 years, or like 5 to 7 years. Like it just whenever he wants to, I guess. You know. But he did. I just forget the name of it. It was like based off the what's that Psycho movie we watched? The director's name? Hitchcock.
Oh,
Hitchcock.
Hitchcock.
Yeah. Like
Oh, really?
he based it off like I guess that horror theme
That makes
that
sense
he
with his
had.
mental issues that he has.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like a movie. Like,
Oh,
So,
that's interesting.
yeah. Because he had the audio from, I forget the damn first name of that person.
Alfred.
Alfred Hitchcock. He had, like, the audio throughout the album
Oh, that's cool.
of
That's
him
cool.
talking and stuff. So,
Oh, so it was like a Jay-Z thing when he did the 444 or whatever.
I don't know. But yeah, that's how, or that's what it was based off of, like, for the theme of the album. So, yeah. But you see, like, I don't know, like, it just it's not working anymore. Or hey, they're reaching their peak and they just need to let the new artists see what they can come up with. But it seems to be the same shit too. Like as far as drama,
Yeah, but it works for them because they're younger. And
you think so? It's just the age thing.
Yeah, it's an
Oh,
age thing
okay.
because I think
Well,
I think as we're getting older, we're
it's a
like,
new age then.
they're like, why are y'all still doing this? Like we're old as
Yeah.
hell.
No pun intended. It's a new age.
Because like the Krishan thing with Blueface and
Right.
Jaden, there's a lot of drama. But then like, how many TikToks haven't I seen where they're like, They're actually jamming to Jaden's songs. Like it's catchy,
Shit.
like it or not, it's
Yeah.
fucking catchy. The only downside being like, ugh, you know that it comes with all the bullshit. But like, hey,
They're new artists.
right. And so you like allow it to an extent, but I don't think long term it's gonna work for them. But right now it's still like
Yeah.
it's still working. Like, you know?
Yeah. We're just documenting it. That's all. All of us. We're all just there along with it. And there you have it. Anything else? All right. Well, it's time to go to bed. Thank you guys for joining. We out.
We out.
Sped Talk.